So what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan. I'm back. I'm sitting here at Dunkin' Donuts, waiting to go to my second job. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is basically creepiness and creepy energy, and talk to you about the different types and how to avoid it. So I was talking to somebody, and we were talking about the different levels of creepiness and creepy energy and things like that. And so the first level we were talking about was this idea of paranormal creepy energy. Basically, it's not normal. And basically, it has to do with when you're around women in a social group. Generally, there's a certain male etiquette. Like, men usually keep themselves neat, clean, put together. And also, they try not to talk about nerdy things, so they keep having neutral conversations, or they have like manly conversations about sports and things like that. And also, just be engaging in the group and not like doing your own thing. And so, these are like some of the etiquettes of the male-female interactions, but the platonic male-female interactions. And if you kind of go away from this, then a lot of girls think you're creepy. So, like, for instance, I was on a trip with some college girls one time, and it was 9 of them, and it was one of me. And we were going on the bus to like the beaches in San Francisco. And I was sitting in the back of the bus and reading a comic book, and all the girls were talking, hanging out, whatever. We got off the bus, and this girl said I was creepily reading my comic book in the back of the bus, and I didn't understand. It was like, why is it creepy for me to, be reading a comic book? It's kind of like, I thought it'd be creepy to engage with you, you know what I'm saying? All these young college girls. And so what I found out is it's just like this male etiquette. So that's number one, just understanding the male etiquette. Like, when you're around a mixed group or a group of women, it's like you should try to keep yourself neat and clean and just try to engage with them, even if it's on a platonic level, and just try to don't talk about nerdy things. No nerd culture. Number two, the second type of creepy energy is like this sexual paranormal creepy energy. And what I mean by that is like, a lot of this has to do with nerd culture, but sexualized nerd culture. Like, for instance, anime is in this category, like, because anime has a lot of sexualized women in it. A lot of people are going to look at that, and people who like that, as, creepy, because they're cartoon women. And also, like, other nerd cultures, like furry culture. Yeah, furry culture is basically like art about that has to do with anthropomorphic animals, but some of these anthropomorphic animals are sexualized. And so you may just like the anthropomorphic animals, like the Ninja Turtles and the Mighty Ducks or something, but there are artists that make them sexualized. And then, that's why when you talk about that kind of nerd culture, it's seen as creepy. Even another example is 90s comic books. Talk about 90s comic books. A lot of the superheroes, female superheroes in those comic books are, over sexualized and wearing skimpy clothing and things like that. And so, even though you're not necessarily being direct and being like, oh, all these comic book characters are hot, talking about stuff like that is in this line of sexual paranormal creepy energy kind of. So you got to stay away from that. The third level of creepy energy is indirect creepy energy. And indirect creepy energy has to just do with how you carry yourself and what you say. That has to do with dating, but you don't direct your energy to a girl. So, for instance, I used to wear bling jeans when I was younger. And bling jeans are like jeans with distressings. They have fades on them, bleach stains. They have like graphics on them, maybe some studs or something. they really stand out, bling jeans. And a lot of girls look at you like that's doing too much because you're being too flashy and it looks like you're starving for attention. And that's creepy because it's like you're trying to get women to look at your pants so you can get with them. Another person told me, like, if you wear like Jordans with too many colors, exaggerated colors or prints, it's like creepy because it likes you. It shows that you're trying too hard to get attention, and that's why it's creepy. Or like if you have a conversation around girls that has to do with dating, and you may not be talking to them and in their face, but you may be asking people around them, hey, I'm looking for a girlfriend, blah blah blah, or can you help me be my dating coach, blah blah blah. That seems creepy because it's kind of being indirect, because you're putting the energy out there, you're just not getting in nobody's face about it, and it's like being passive aggressive. So don't do that. And the fourth style of creepy energy is direct creepy energy. And basically, what's going on with direct creepy energy is, it's basically when you try to give a woman unwanted advances, right? You go and talk to a woman that's not into you, and you try to push your way up on her, try to, be romantic with her, try to, hook up with her that night, which we talk about this on this channel, which you should never do. And that's creepy just because she doesn't want you. And that's what makes it creepy. Another big thing about this direct creepy energy is there's stuff that you can't control. Look, I'm telling you right now, there's women out there that are racist, and just because I have brown skin, they're going to look at me like I am a womanizer, or I'm just looking for sex and going to, when I'm done, leave the girl pregnant with a couple of kids, and I'm going to be running around with the next woman. And that's just because of the color of my skin. Some women are like that, and they're racist. So if you go and talk to them, they might think you're creepy, and there's nothing really you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? Other women, if you're an older guy, they're going to do the same thing, and there's nothing really you can do about it. The only thing you could do is basically not talk to those kind of people, and basically talk to women in your speed. Like, if you know there's women who connect with your culture and stuff like that, then you could go out with them and focus on them versus like women who have like a racial concern. So that's another thing. So to sum it up, how do you present yourself from being creepy? So the first thing is you have to understand about the unwritten male etiquette when you're around women. You just have to dress neat and clean, and just don't talk about nerdy stuff. And when there's women around, you should just engage them in the conversation. You don't have to hit on them, push up on them, but you could just engage them in the conversations. The second thing is just don't talk about any type of weird sexualized nerd culture like furry, anime, 90s comic books, stuff like that. Just stay away from that type of thing. The next thing is just don't peacock. And peacock meaning wearing some kind of clothes to get attention from the ladies. Don't peacock, because that's creepy too, because it shows that you're trying too hard. And the fourth thing is, before you even go and approach a girl, you should know which type of girls are going to accept you and your sexual energy. So if you know that you're from a different culture and the women are going to be racist towards you, then you should kind of be careful talking to those kind of girls. Or if like I'm not a ratchet hip hop guy, but I wouldn't go and talk to no ratchet hip hop girls because we don't connect on those levels. And then I'm going to be looked at as creepy just because she doesn't want to accept my energy. So that's what I have to say about this on the ideas of being creepy, and what creepy energy is, what types of creepy energy, and how to stay away from that. So you can like this video, you can subscribe to my channel, you can write some comments, and I'll get back to you. All right, I'm out, y'all. Peace.